Hi, you guys. Welcome back. I actually have Shantae on.
Hey, hello everyone.
We will be speaking about in a relationship, who hurts the most? Is it the woman, the man, or is it both? You know what I'm saying? What do you think, Shantae?
I think that the one who hurts the most, I personally would say the woman.
Why?
And I say that because it's like after a while, it's like, it's starting to be overwhelming and, you know, it's starting to be overwhelming and it's becoming a lot. Like, at the end of the day, I feel like us women, we don't deserve to get our feelings hurt or we don't deserve to get our heart broken all the time. And it's like, for men, it's you know, like they need to suck it up and like they need to like stop treating us badly. You get what I'm saying?
I do.
And it's like, I mean, I know men too get hurt from time to time for females, but I feel like us females, we get hurt the most, but it depends on the situation of two people.
I get it. I get that. But it's like, I love you so much, but it's not just us women. You know what I'm saying? What if the shoe was on the other foot? What if you come across a man that loves as much as you love? And I'm not saying you or me, like, we would do something like that, but what if it is the woman's fault and it makes the man turn into another version of himself? You know what I'm saying?
How
And
would
it No, I'm sorry. What you saying?
no, how would you know? Like how would you trust that person? How would you trust this guy saying, "Oh, I love you and I promise that I won't hurt you again"?
Oh, so you've already experienced hurt from this person.
There are times where I experience heartbroken and men playing with my emotions in the past.
I get it. I get that. And by your question, it's like that's like for all of us out here, whether you're a man or woman. How can you trust anything someone says to you? You know what I'm saying? Because someone can change their feelings. It doesn't even have to be days, it could literally be within minutes and hours. At any time, another human being can sit here and say, look, I really like you, or I'm gonna love you for the rest of my life, but I don't know what's going on. I just don't feel the way I used to. And
Hmm.
a lot of us, I think we fail to realize no matter how long, how much time, how much history is in place, it doesn't matter. Like when you come across someone and the feelings are no longer mutual, you
Mm-hmm.
can't force someone to be down for you. That's a red flag within itself. Like, why
Yeah,
do I have to force you to love me the way I love you?
that's a good
And
point.
yeah, that's the thing. You and another person, of course, the love is going to be there, but that even boils down to the love language. I can't force you to love me in my love language. You should already know that. You know what I'm saying?
So to piggyback on your question, you
Oh,
want to know if like who hurts the most, either male or female, right? And
yeah.
remember, I just said to you about female tends to hurt the most.
Yeah.
So I have an example
Okay.
that I would like to share.
Yes, ma'am.
So I had a I have a friend
Mhm.
and her and this guy were talking, just talking, like not even a relationship.
Okay.
They've been talking for 7 months, and he lives in a different state.
Okay.
Now, long story short, he was supposed to come see her in New Jersey.
Uh-huh.
And she made plans. She booked this hotel, and she basically purchased these nice little gifts for him, whatever.
Mhm.
But as the day goes on, she's, texting him, letting him know, hey, I'm here. I'm just letting you know. He says, okay, cool. But as the days goes by, she texts and calling him, nothing. She tried again. She texts and calling this person, nothing. She even tried to video chat him, nothing. So she's questioning and wondering, is he okay? Like, I am concerned, because as a friend, you want to be concerned about that
Correct.
person.
Mhm.
And she tried again, calling, texting, and video chat. Still nothing. And now she's confused as to, okay, why he's not responding. Like, what's up with that? And now she realized not only he played her out, he basically stood up to her. He broke her heart. She was going through mixed emotions,
Yeah.
and she wasn't expecting this day to be like that at all. So she basically got her feelings hurt. Like, he promised her, yeah, I'm gonna come drive to New Jersey to spend time with you for the
Mhm.
weekend because I haven't seen you in a couple months.
Yeah.
And for her, she's really, like I said, she was going through a lot of mixed emotions, and she just saying, like, is it me the problem, or is it him? And she's basically saying, like, I'm so tired of men playing my emotions, or they playing games with me. Like, I'm getting too old for this. Like, I can't take it
Mhm.
anymore. And I'm trying to get to know this guy, but but he's what the whole situation did, he was wrong. He was pathetic. He was a loser. And she was so, not only she was upset, but she was, angry.
Yeah.
So that's why I say, for females, we tend to get hurt the most, because it's like, we wish we could have some answers. Like, and in this case, she said, well, dang, like, he went completely ghost on me, and he stood up to me, and you would have think he would have been man enough to explain why he didn't come to see me when I had put so much hard work and effort, me seeing him a couple months ago.
Mhm.
So she was not happy. And again, the situation was unexpected. She did not see this coming. And
Yeah.
she's tired of getting her feelings hurt, because she been down this road throughout her life, getting her feelings hurt. People tend to say, oh, I promise that I won't hurt you again, but you still continue doing that. And that's not fair.
Yeah. Agreed. I get I get all of that, and I'm sure for all of the women listening, you're right. I agree with you 100%. Like, when we love, it's like we just love. But I'm just trying to make that mutual, because I don't think, due to, like, my current relationship, and it could even be, like, even having guy friends and seeing how they love their partner, or how hard that they do go for their partner. That's why I don't want to sit here and make it seem like it's just women that love, to I can even place it as a beyond infinity, because it truly is men out there that love just as hard as we do. But in that example that you gave, that's absolutely ridiculous. And even with the topic tonight, that makes me want to think about, what did your friend's guy that she was talking to at that time go through in his life? In my opinion, it could be one or two options. Like, did you really go gung ho for some woman out there, and with the explanation that you gave, maybe she probably did that to him and just did the whole ghosting act? Or maybe it's a such thing as people not receiving the correct love, in a sense. I mean, what is the answer to a correct love? I don't know. But I'm
Hmm.
just saying, coming from a partner that truly loves with good intentions, maybe a lot of people out there never receive that. So maybe it could have been a fear for him, or I didn't even want to say the or he could just be just trying to play around. In all actuality, maybe it was just like, I'm gonna take this as a game, ain't nothing going on right now. I'm kind of bored. Or I'm waiting on an ex to come back around, or I'm waiting to hear what's going on. Up, I got confirmation. It's time for me to call it a day. And that brings me to, I get it. They've only been speaking for a month, and I get the whole long distance aspect of it. But I feel like sometimes it does take time to get to know someone. But me personally, I feel like, is there even a such thing as really knowing someone and like truly knowing their intentions? Me personally, I want to
Mm.
say no. Because how do
Hmm.
you really know? Like I just said at the beginning, feelings can change in 2.5.
Yeah.
And what we fail to realize is, we want an explanation. Trust me, take me for an example. I
Hmm.
have a why to everything someone says to me. It
Mm.
doesn't even have to be a no. It can just, we could be having a conversation and you're not in agreement with me. In my mind, I feel like this is correct. And if you're disagreeing, I need to know why. But in all actuality, no matter what the other person's status is as it pertains to you, no one does not have to give you an answer. If they choose to
Yeah.
keep it to themselves, that's something they choose to do. The other person just has to be strong enough to come to the understanding that you don't owe me a thing. I'm dealing with my feelings right now. I'm going to just get me through it. I'm not looking at you to sit here and help me get through this. I thought that's where you were since I placed you in that position in my life. But after you
Hmm.
did what you did, I got to take care of me.
At the end of the day, it's all about you protecting your own peace by any means necessary.
Correct.
Learning how to love yourself or be an advocate of self love,
Mm-hmm.
and choosing your own happiness. You
Correct.
know, choosing your own happiness by any means. These are the things that we have to constantly remind ourselves and let us know who we are. Um,
Correct.
by any means.
Agreed. 100%.
Oh yeah.
And it's just like, yeah, like that's like a hard topic, because I get you 100% with the whole woman aspect. But
Right.
it's like,
It can go
we
hand in hand.
exactly, because we can't sit here and make the men seem like, oh, we're so heartbroken because it's all of you men out here. And that's not true, because
That's not the case. Nope.
it's really women out here that get down just the same way. And whether you're a woman or a man, if you break someone to that point, the next person that they come in contact with, they're gonna think of how this relationship failed. Whether he knows that woman or man prior or they're just meeting, regardless of what that other person's saying, he's or she's keeping in mind what happened before. So, despite you showing all of I'm different actions for a good little minute, it's going to take that other person to figure out that you are different and to truly trust you. And I don't think a lot of
Mm-hmm.
people understand how important trust is. I feel like
Yeah,
trust and communication goes hand in hand, cuz how am I supposed to trust you
absolutely.
when I can't even get in contact with you or
Yes,
you
sir.
pick and choose to talk to me?
Mm-hmm. No,
I
you're
don't
absolutely right.
Yeah, like you're not just gonna pick me up when no one else is available or you're bored or something like that. If
Mm-hmm.
you look at me like that, we can just call it a day right now. Because I don't even look at
hmm
myself like that. So why would I allow you to even think that I get down like that?
No, you're right. You're absolutely right. And that question I feel like is just it's a 50-50 because,
Agreed.
you know, men too have emotions. Yeah, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
Men too have emotions, but I feel like the problem is some of them don't know how to express that. Some
Correct.
of them don't know how to express their feelings or emotions or even just put it out there, you know? So it's a 50-50.
Agreed.
And like I mentioned before, it all depends on the situation, the behavior between two
Mm-hmm.
individuals. So we don't know who's who's first, you know?
Correct. So
But yeah, I agree with everything you said.
yeah, I think that's the answer. I mean, it's 50-50. I'm not going to sit here and take the gender and say, "Oh
Mhm.
no, all men are worthless." That's not
Yeah.
true
Nope.
because you have to look at what type of men and women that you were messing with in your past. You're trying to signify everything in the past as the entire gender, and you can't do that because you have to look at their history as well. Like, how did they grow up? Like, what did they see in their household? How was their childhood? And a lot of people fail to ask these questions that can tell you more about a person than they can ever say. You know what I'm saying? That's why I
Absolutely.
always sit here and I promote that communication, because how are you supposed to grow with someone? How are you supposed to get to that point? Like, not only are you my partner, but it's like you're my best friend because I know you. How do I know you? We sat here and we had conversations. You're always here. That's how we communicate to get better at what we have going on. Yeah, I
No.
just feel like a lot of people they don't like to do the baby steps. They just like to sit here and just be full blown in it. If you rush anything, I'm sorry, it's going to fail.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. And like you said, hmm, it's just I don't it's just really trick like it's 50-50 with that. I mean, I don't know. It's just
I know.
the bottom line is, as long as you really love the person, as long as you can trust that person 100%, you
Mhm.
know, as long as you say to yourself, okay, this is the person that I want to be with for the rest of my life, then yeah. Because when you're in a relationship or even marriage too, it's
Oh,
all
I
about
don't speak on
sacrifice.
marriage
Oh,
because
sorry.
I haven't been through
I'm
that.
sorry. No,
No,
no, no.
you
I'm
go
sorry.
ahead.
Okay, no, no, no. I
Stop
mean, I was just saying.
apologizing.
No, I was just saying in general, but what I meant to say is, when it comes to relationships,
Yeah.
it's about commitment, sacrifice,
Mhm.
consistency, like you said before, communication. All that plays a major role. So, if you're trying to build a relationship or have a bond with that person,
Yeah.
then at the end of the day, you want to make sure that you have make sure that person can match your energy and match your expectations of all times.
Correct. Well, even though you dipped into marriage, everything that you just said, it definitely does tie into that because without
Oh
all
yeah.
that you stated, how are we supposed to get to marriage? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I think I kind of went overboard with the marriage. I'm like,
No,
oops.
you didn't.
Okay.
Because it does tie in with each other. I just
Oh
don't
yeah,
get
that is
that
true.
deep because I don't know. I've never been there. We can
None of us
see
haven't.
exactly. We can see what we see on TV or maybe like our family and friends, how
Or on the internet. Yep.
marriage, yeah, like how marriage looks, but we don't know
Mm-hmm.
the root
The
within
root
the
of it.
marriage, like what's going
Correct.
on, just like with social media and pictures and
Mm-hmm.
what we read. Of course, if you know that we're going to see it one day, you're not going to sit here and tell us all of the bad things that are going on. We're just gonna see the good things.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
That's
So it's like you don't really know. Only those two people know.
mm-hmm.
And that's why
You're right.
I really feel like it's best when you do have a partner, like to keep things to yourself because I get it. We all have friends, we all have families, and when you really get overstimulated, you don't want to just think about that by yourself. You want to call your best friend. You want to call your friends or your family and be like, look, you don't even have to say anything. I just need to vent to you. But when you sit here and you start venting and then you come back around with that person because you forgave whatever happened and you move through that milestone, you can't tell your friends and family, like, hey, I forgave this person. So we all need to be cool again. No, you can't do that because after you've running your mouth, they feel the way that they do. And you can't change that. You
Correct.
can't force them. So, yeah, like we said, I don't know. What do y'all think out there? Talk to me. We
Yes.
say that it's 50-50.
Mm-hmm. No, no, like we want to hear what folks have to say. And people gonna have different perspective about this.
Correct. Well, as always, Shantae, do you have any last words?
No, this is a very good topic. Very, very interesting. No, I have nothing else. I will always enjoy coming to your podcast, of course, and thank you for having me,
Of
my
course, you're
bestie.
always welcome. Thank you for coming on.
You're
Well,
welcome.
alrighty, you guys. I really hope that this helps someone out there. And I will speak to you guys next Sunday.